Beautiful. Welcome back to another episode of the Donkeyman Show. I'm, of course, Donkeyman, and we are broadcasting live from Donkeyman Records HQ. Today, I've got another special guest. I saw this person on my TV screen last year and drew me into him because he was the only rapper that actually made it through on The Voice. Mr. Zaz.
What up?
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me.
How was that experience? Let's just get right into that.
That experience was honestly amazing. I feel like I learned so much from being on the show, especially being the only rapper as well on the season. I think there was a lot to learn from like actual vocalists, the singers and stuff.
For sure.
So I think a lot about breathing and breath control when performing live. So yeah, it was an all-round amazing experience. Learned heaps.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've spoken to a few people who have done that kind of show circuit, and all of them say the same thing. It's the experience you get from performing live with cameras, makeup, the quick kind of turnover, the vocal coaching. It's all, beneficial for you. I'm sure.
For sure.
Especially, it would have been even better for you because you would have had, I suppose, a bit more attention because you were a rapper.
Yeah, I think that really helped me stand out from the rest of the singers. I just posted a video the other day actually where I was talking about this, and a lot of the other cast, the other singers that were on the show, were saying to me like, I don't know why after being on the show, like no one really comes up to me, all that kind of stuff. But like after the show, there was so many people that come up to me, little kids want to take photos with me and stuff. And I feel like because I was rapping, that helped me stand out. For
sure, yeah. And you were different. Especially like rap for kids is, it's very hard for kids to get into rap because of the culture of it, the explicit nature of it. Yeah. But when they do, they really form a close connection with it. Yeah. And it's not really on mainstream media. And so when they see a rapper, they connect quickly.
I had a kid that came up to me with their mum, and the mum pulled me aside and told me that my lyrics were too explicit for the music, and I was like, this isn't really for your 5-year-old daughter to be listening to.
No, that's on her.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's not, you can't be filtering that shit.
Yeah.
¡Órale, Donkeyman! El gordito con la guitarra. I'm the guatón with the style. Make you laugh then stay a while. Story sharp and rhythms bold. Donkeyman's worth more than gold. Baila mi gente con todo el sabor. El gordito manda, se siente el calor. Con fuego y ritmo la fiesta empezó. Welcome to the Donkeyman Show.
Before we move on, I've got to give a quick Uncle Rico update. He's actually doing the circuits as well. He's trying to register his toaster for Australia's Got Talent.
Oh.
And it's a true story. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, hopefully he gets through.
If you see a toaster on AGT, you know who that is. Now, on this show, we play a game.
Okay.
Today's game is called Zaz Under Pressure.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple game. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and you've got to answer them.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
If you had to perform one full song while being attacked by one angry seagull, do you think you could finish it?
Yes.
Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
You're that locked in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a bird fan? Do you get scared of birds?
It depends on the bird.
Okay. You don't have like that phobia of birds?
If they're looking at me for too long.
Okay.
But besides that, then it's fine.
That's good. That's good. Birds are cool, man. I like birds.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that. I don't know why I'm getting into birds, but I do like birds. All right, let's move on to another question. What is the most useless superpower an artist could have?
Most useless superpower? To be invisible? Oh, actually, no, that would be very useful.
It would be.
Yeah. I don't know. So I wasn't too quick with this one, I guess.
Well, we could think about it.
Yeah.
You could obviously lean out from the generic superpowers and you could say, it wouldn't be very useful for, say, a musician to, on command, make everything quiet.
Yeah.
I think
maybe
serve a purpose.
Turning super slow or something, you got to be quick with it when you're an artist.
For sure, yeah. Like the ability to become instantly high whenever you want. That's a good one as well, I suppose. I don't know. Who knows? I wrote these questions last night at 3 a.m. and I'm keen to see what you say. All right, question 3. If your mic stand became sentient, there's a dog in the factory.
There is.
There's a puppy dog. All right, if the mic stand became sentient mid-set and started giving you notes, do you listen?
No.
No? Why not?
Because I know what I'm doing.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. You know what you're doing on stage and writing. So where did that come from? You've practiced it. How long have you been doing it for?
I started with like productions and stuff when I was a kid.
Okay.
I always just wanted to be on stage. Like whatever I could do, I always wanted to be on stage.
Yep.
So I do have a cold at the
That's
moment.
okay.
Sorry for all the coughing. But yeah, started with productions as a kid. Started writing music from literally since I can remember, always writing songs, always trying to make songs any way that I could on iPads and things like that. Started producing at 10 years old on FL Studios and released my first track, originally produced, written, recorded by me.
Dope.
At 13, so.
Nice. What were you producing on?
At the time it was FL Studios,
Cool.
but now it's Logic.
Now Logic?
Yeah.
Is that because you're Mac and that's kind of like why did you get into Logic? Why did you transition over?
I think, I got a Mac.
Yeah.
And then I was playing around with GarageBand first. And I liked the way, like everything, even though you can do the same shit on FL Studios and Logic, everything looks simpler on Logic.
That's the one thing that Mac have over is the simplicity of the interfaces.
Yeah. For sure.
Like,
so
I
I think it was that, more like the simplicity, and when things are too much, and especially when you're in the state of creating, it can sort of overwhelm you a bit. So when your interface looks clean, it can help clear your mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, I agree with that, but I don't practice that. I use Cubase.
Oh, okay.
Which is very complicated. But the only reason why I use it is because I discovered it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like a free trial on something, and that's all I had access to.
Yeah.
And so when I started learning that, then it's like I just get sucked into it.
Yeah.
And again, like all doors do the same shit. They're all the same at the end of the day. It's just a matter of the interface and maybe what add-ons come with them.
Yeah.
But again, you can get anything with plugins. And
Yeah,
shit,
I think that was another thing as well. Like when I was starting out, obviously I didn't know much about plugins and sample packs and stuff like that. So Logic has, this is for anyone who's trying to get into music actually. Logic has a really good set of their library, and just their stock plugins and things is pretty good. There's a lot of instruments, a lot of different effects and stuff you can add on. So if you're trying to get into music, I would recommend Logic.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a good point, because a lot of DAWs nowadays, their stock plugins are good enough. Like they're actually fucking better than good.
Yeah.
Especially Logic and Apple, like anything to do with Apple, they have a standard they have to try and maintain, and they want to keep people using their native platforms, their native software.
Yeah.
So if they can make it as good as it can be, then they will. And so that's why Logic, absolutely. If you are on a MacBook and you do, the learning curve as well is so small compared to the other DAWs.
Yeah.
I definitely would recommend for starting out. If that's,
For sure, yeah.
How did you find FL? Like, why did you jump onto FL?
My cousin was a producer and a DJ, and he knew that I was really into music and stuff. And I was getting annoyed because there was like childish sort of softwares and apps and stuff that you can download wasn't doing what I needed it to.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember talking to him saying, I want you to help me like produce a song, whatever. And he was like, I can just give you one of my licenses of FL.
Yep.
So he gave it to me. He came over, put on my computer. He was showing me basically like how to like enter kick patterns and stuff like that. And then I just watched like a bunch of tutorials.
Yeah.
And then eventually switched over to Logic.
Yeah, cool. The complexity of FL Studios is insane.
It was crazy. At 10 years old, I remember I would just sit there like, what the fuck? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, well, to get that, at that age is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
21.
21. What nationality are you?
I'm Lebanese. What nationality are you?
Lebanese. Guess.
Some sort of Middle Eastern.
Nope.
Whoa. Wow.
My country was colonized by the Spanish, who were colonized by Muslims and Arabs, so that's where that comes from.
Okay. I'm not sure.
South America, I'm Chilean.
Oh,
yes. Yeah, so you're Lebanese. One of the guys there is Lebanese.
Really?
We've got a lot of Lebos that come through.
Cool.
Yeah. Julio, do you know Julio? He's one of the bigger, he's half Lebo, half Syrian.
Yeah.
You should actually link up with him because he's similar vibe to you as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Julio.
Yeah. I'll definitely put you into contact because you guys will be pretty good together. Let's move on to another question.
Okay.
Are you ready? Question number 5. If someone described your sound using only food, what food would they say?
Well, what was the sound?
Your sound of your
my
music.
sound.
Yeah.
Using food. A banana split.
Banana split?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Because it's cold as fuck and it's sweet too.
Nice. I like it. Fuck yeah. I can see that. I listened to some of your tracks the other night, and that new one that the content you've been posting for your new track was dope.
Yeah. Need a Freak out April 10th. This will be coming out April 10th, right? This podcast.
Yes. It could be coming out the 7th,
Okay.
which is before that. So
Okay.
Yeah, but April 10th is your new track.
Cool.
Either way, people will see it then.
Yeah. April 10th, Need a Freak.
Fucking oath. Your music, banana split, huh? That's interesting. It's I'm lactose intolerant, unfortunately.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love cheese.
Me too.
I love cheese. Last night I ate maybe half a tub of sour cream as well.
Have you heard of lactase?
No, oh yeah, I have heard of that. Yeah. Does that help? Does it?
I got some in my car if you want one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No. It's I don't know. Like I've tried so many things for it. Like I get really bad cramps in my stomach. That's where the lactose intolerance comes for me. And obviously, fucking throwing it up and shitting myself, whatever. But the intense cramps is where it comes in my stomach, and it's nothing that I've taken really helps that. So I get to the point of fuck it, I'll just have.
Yeah, well, I know it helped me, but you could probably you probably have it worse than I do.
Yeah, who knows? I don't. To be honest, sometimes I don't even think it is lactose intolerance. I actually haven't been diagnosed officially.
Oh, it could be IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Maybe.
Yeah. It's if it's really bad, it's most likely that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels muscular though for me. It's like like a cramping muscular all over my stomach, all over my sides.
Yeah.
And it can be for hours sometimes. And I've always noticed that it happens after I have some kind of lactose, like dairy products.
Okay.
Especially like cream stuff, like really, really creamy, or milk. Not so much cheese. Like I'd have to have a lot of cheese to do it. But
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also starting to think maybe it's gluten intolerance, because obviously when I have cheese, I have a lot of bread and carbohydrates.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. I don't know. Dr. Zaz, what is your diagnosis?
I think IBS.
IBS? All right. That's it. That is correct. I have IBS. All right, let's do another question. I'm trying to get more questions in because I noticed that. So I write these questions with the idea of that each question is then going to lead into a conversation.
Okay.
And a lot of the times it gets to such a good conversation that I end up only doing like 4 questions for the whole thing. So I'm like, all right, I've got to get more questions in. All right, if The Voice had one judge that was just Uncle Rico wearing sunglasses, would you still go on?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Fair. So would I. With The Voice, who was a judge? Who turned for you?
3 of them turned. Right. 3 out of the 4.
Who'd you pick?
Pardon?
Who'd you pick?
Sporty Spice. Mel C.
Yes. Okay. What was she like?
She was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really cool, like being with somebody like that was in such an iconic group.
For sure.
Like
Yeah,
everyone knows the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
And shortly after we filmed The Voice, a few months later, I went to LA and I was in a Target in LA and I remember seeing a t-shirt, like a Spice Girls t-shirt, and I was like, that's crazy. Like I was just with her and now I'm seeing her here on like this t-shirt.
Yeah. It kind of sinks in how, I suppose, not famous, but how inspirational, how popular she was.
Yeah.
When you then go into like a Target and you see her on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
To know that it's mass produced like that.
Yeah.
Also to know that she's just making money for people.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
without even having to do anything.
Yeah, in her sleep.
Yeah. Fuck, it's wild. Were you a big Spice Girls fan?
Pardon?
Were you a big Spice Girls fan?
I wouldn't say a big fan, but I always respected what they did for the music industry. Yeah. I definitely like some of their songs. Like we grew up with it, but I wouldn't like just listen to them like daily.
Fair. Well, little confession. Probably maybe 10 or something. I was obsessed with the Spice Girls.
Really?
So obsessed with them.
When my episode aired, one of my teachers from I go to uni, and one of the lecturers said to me, I saw you on my TV last night. And I was like, oh. And he was like to me, when I was 13, I had the biggest crush on Mel C.
Oh, really?
Which is my coach, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, do you have a number? You need to give me a number. I'm like,
that's creepy.
Get away.
But what are you doing at uni?
I studied a double Bachelor of Business and Bachelor of Marketing.
Cool. Yeah, okay. That's handy for your music.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that why you're doing it?
Pardon?
Is that why you've decided to do that?
Yes and no. I always have been drawn sort of to more like digital kind of things.
Okay.
So as well as making music, I always did graphic design, like content creation, video editing and stuff like that.
Yep.
I've never found any appeal in any sort of like real officey job.
Yep.
Even though marketing is still officey, like you got to get out there and, branding, all that kind of shit. I like the more branding side of stuff, not more so like the marketing metrics. So I think I was more so thinking like, what's something I can do that's still me, but I can still study a degree in. And I didn't want to just get a degree in music because personally, I think you don't really need that.
It's useless.
To make it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's something I can have sort of as a backup plan and do music at the same time, which will benefit my music.
I like it. It's good thinking. Not many people thinking like that.
Thank you.
I certainly didn't think like that. I just went straight for the Bachelor of Music and then did my Master's in sound engineering.
So you got one, Bachelor of Music?
Yeah, I got a Bachelor of Music, And again, it's useless.
Yeah.
Like, I was going into, like I thought, I was very naive at the time and I thought, I've got my certificate. This is what the world is. I didn't know that there was anything else other than you would go to uni, then you get a job.
Yeah.
And so I went to uni and I got my degree and then got my master's and then I went around all these studios and they're like, okay, cool, but how much experience do you have in the studio?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, fuck.
Yeah,
Fair.
no, that's so real. And anybody who is wanting to go to uni or anything like that, do not think just because you went to uni, you're going to get straight in. Because the next question is, how much experience do you have?
Majority of them end up then going back to teach at uni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
kind of that
I was
cycle.
actually having this conversation a few days ago with one of my lecturers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's really, it's sad because it's like the reason why universities are offering these courses is to make money and they are useless. Sure, you learn, but you can learn that on your own accord. It's nice to have somebody over your shoulder, but again, you can go and find somebody who you can chart. Like it'll cost you a tenth of the price to go in uni when you can just go to a teacher. Like there's theory teachers, there's piano teachers out there who will do half an hour sessions. I mean, my missus is one. She'll do for an hour, 2 hour sessions with you every week.
Teacher?
She's a piano teacher and a theory teacher.
Yeah.
She was actually my university lecturer, but we'll get that for another story.
Well, hold on. Put it back. That was your uni lecturer, and now she's your wife. Well,
pretty much, yeah. I've been with her for 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we're not married, but we lived together. She got stepkids. But yeah, I was 19 when I met her. And now I'm 33 and we're still together. Good shit. That's how I passed uni. No, it's not. If the lawmakers are watching, that is not how that happens. And she doesn't like me talking about it as well, but she doesn't watch my shit, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so what are we talking about? University. It's definitely, without a doubt. Like especially in the creative industry, it's such a subjective industry. Unless you're doing technical stuff like your business side or marketing side, maybe it's good.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like you're only going in to learn what everybody else is going to learn. And that's not going to get you anywhere.
Exactly.
It's all about doing different shit. You know, I suppose you can go learn it and then break the rules.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not, for music, it's not necessity.
Yeah. My cousin that I was telling you about that initially installed FL for me back in the day. He, I'm pretty sure he did a business and music degree, like as a double. Yeah. And he told me the same thing. The music degree is so useless. Don't do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I was considering it at the time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, good that you didn't do it because, I mean, it's either way, like it doesn't, if you're doing it as well, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, stick with it, do whatever.
All these people are going to drop out.
I know, yeah. Well, personally, like I didn't go to any of the graduations. Like by the end of it, I was like, I'm so fed up with this. I've gone to all these places to tell them that I'm studying and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to, I didn't show up to my graduation for the bachelor and the master's was in Sydney and I'm like, fuck it, I can't be fuck going. So I still got the certificates, they sent it to me, but I didn't go to graduation. But yeah, stay with it still because it is another avenue for you to learn. It's good to learn shit.
Yeah.
You know? Just don't think it's the be all and end all.
Yeah.
Don't expect that you're going to leave there without, you know, with a job. Because again, there's so many people doing it. It's a incredibly oversaturated market as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something like, how are you finding doing social media now and having to promote yourself and do all that kind of stuff when it's such a saturated market? Like, what's the struggle for you?
I think it definitely is because there's so many artists, like just talking Melbourne, there's so many artists, so many rappers, singers, R&B singers, Afro beats, like everything you can think of. I think especially in Melbourne, like we're a really creative city. So Yeah, I think there's so much going on.
Yeah.
But I think what you have to do is try and differentiate yourself, try and be different. Yeah, like I think that there's sort of like that standard kind of like rapper look or sound and stuff like that. So I try and like just be myself, which I think separates me from that.
100%.
Like my look and stuff is pretty different to like what a normal rapper kind of would look like. So yeah, I think honestly just be yourself, and that's when the best outcome will prevail.
100%, yeah. It's I mean, nowadays as well, especially coming in with that new AI technology and stuff. When the laptop was invented, it was essentially made the playing field, and all, you know, when DAWs were invented and digital audio, the playing field was leveled out. All of a sudden, anybody could record a track on at home, and it could be amazing. And so it pushed people to actually be more experimentative. That's, you know, a lot of genres were born, people trying to be different. And now with AI, same thing. It's leveling the playing field. Now anybody can make a song.
But I heard that Spotify was actually removing a lot of AI songs.
They will be, yeah. So the Deezer, you know Deezer?
Yeah.
So they have detection software already that they've patented that will flag anything that's AI and will put a mark next to it.
Good. They need to go away.
For sure, 100%. Fully, I mean, yeah, AI music is it's just boring, dull. It's all there for money making. There was no real emotion behind it. There's nobody who spent 10 years, you know, trying to figure out their craft to put it all into 3 minutes, you know.
Exactly.
It's just nothingness.
Yeah.
However, using AI tools to, you know, make your music better, I think is a good thing. It's the same as using digital shit. It's the same as using VSTs.
I haven't gotten into any of the AI stuff for music. Like, I feel like all I've spoken about is uni. I swear I do more than go to uni. But like, one of my songs is actually playing at the cafe at my uni. Okay. I walked in and I heard it and I was like, what the fuck? It was my song Tetris Nerd. And then the barista, I said to him, who's playing this music? And he's like, it's my Spotify. And I was like, you know this is me? And he was like, no way. And then he thought it was AI. And I was like, it's not AI, it's actually me. And he didn't believe that it was me. I was like, it is me, it's not AI.
It's a good compliment to you.
Yeah, yeah. And then we started talking more and more, and he told me that he makes music and that he uses, I can't remember what it's called, but it's some AI, like
Suno.
What is it?
Suno. Yeah.
This AI thing, and he was telling me all about it, but I don't know, I don't even want to look into it because I don't want anything that isn't real in my music.
The thing now though is the issue with it is that the term AI is now used as a marketing marketing word. Yeah. And so anything like AI is just coding done really well, I suppose, you know, that can then figure out shit on its own. Yeah. But it's all ones and zeros at the end of the day. Yeah. And people are now slapping AI on shit to make it, to sell it, to market it, you know? Yeah. So there's a lot of new plugins that have AI shit and all this stuff, but it's not really AI what people are actually thinking AI is. Like it's not, you know, people think that I've got a plugin now that has AI, so that means that it's sentient and it can do, you know, that's not really what that means.
Yeah, and I see like a lot on websites now, it'll be like AI detectors or like it'll use AI to recommend the best to you and all this stuff. And just people think it'll be like amazing, but
it's not. It's just a code. Yeah. Again, just marketing shit. Question number 15. Let's do it. If you opened a fridge and found your own face inside, smiling, do you continue with your day or do you move suburbs?
Move suburbs.
Yeah. Are you a horror fan?
I am. Yeah. But if I saw it in real life, I would move countries.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah.
What sort of, so horror, do you like movies in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I do, but I don't watch that many. Okay. I need to watch more movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do love horror movies. Any
in particular?
I know these ones aren't like that scary, but I love the Scream movies.
They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're pretty good. I mean, there's now, 7 of them? I think the 7th one just came out.
Was it the 8th, I think?
Or the 8th.
I don't know. I watched it though.
Yeah, okay. Was it good? I haven't seen it.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. It wasn't as good as like the first one.
Of course, yeah. That's the thing. Again, with all those kind of brands and like Fast and Furious and that kind of stuff, is that they just milk it and it just ends up losing what it first had.
Yeah.
Which I guess it kind of translates through to music as well, you know, where people the Rolling Stones, for example, they're still releasing music, they're still performing, and it's like it's starting to sound. I don't know. It's just like it's not as good as the old school Rolling Stones. Like it's just.
And I think also like another thing artists do, like even if they're still like in their prime or whatever, is once a song has gone viral, they'll try and emulate that.
Yeah, they'll try
like 10 times over, and it's
sure.
like it's just tired as fuck. Like do
a lot of the
different.
times as well. That's pushing from the label.
Yeah,
will want another hit, so they're like. And so sometimes they'll write the song themselves, the label, and be like, yeah, do this.
Yeah.
And then they're forced to do it because in contracts. Otherwise, they owe the label millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But with labels, is that something you want to, like, would you ever go that? You want to stay fully independent?
I would sign. Yeah.
You would, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would read the contract properly.
Obviously,
and
yes.
like make sure it's a good one. But yeah, I would want to sign.
Yeah. Do you have any labels in mind that you...
TDE?
Yeah.
I reckon TDE is like my main one that I would want to sign to, yeah.
Just because of the vibe and the similar artists that they have?
Yeah, the vibe, similar artists, and I feel like they really respect rap. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Are they Australian?
No.
No.
It's like Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Doechii.
Okay, yeah,
like them.
okay, yeah. So that's like your goal.
Yeah.
And so this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, is rapping and music and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dope. What in terms of live performances, aside from The Voice, have you done much in the scene? Like, have you done many live shows?
I've performed a lot around like Melbourne and stuff, and then I was actually meant to be opening for Trey Songz, but that got postponed.
Yeah, okay.
So I will be opening for him when he comes.
Yeah.
And The Voice, and then just like performing at like music nights and stuff like that. I've got a performance coming up on the 6th, I don't know, of April with I don't know if you know her.
Yes, I do.
Red hair?
Yes, yeah. I think I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, so her and I have been working on a track, and we're going to do that performance. I just remembered I was meant to be a surprise guest.
That's right.
But anyway.
I can bleep it out.
Thank you.
When's the performance?
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
So you're working on a track when...
Yeah.
Is that... We can speak about that?
I don't know. That it's her track, so maybe we skip.
So you know...
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. I know the name. I think I follow her on Instagram, and I think I may have reached out to her a few times, and the bitch hasn't responded.
We should call her.
Call her live on here. No, I'm sure it's probably gone into some.
I'll let
requested.
her know. I'll tell her.
Yeah, no, it's not like I probably haven't, to be honest. I don't even know. All right, let's do another question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Question number 19. I don't think that's it, but we'll see. What is one thing artists do that instantly makes you think, come on, man?
When all of a sudden, once they become famous, their quality just drops. And it's like, I know you can't blame the artist all the time. A lot of the time it's like you were saying, influence from the label, but I don't know, like, you got to try and hold your own.
To be honest, I think it is just the artists themselves a lot of the time.
They get comfortable.
They get lazy, they get comfortable, they've made it. I think when you see, because I know exactly what you're talking about, I see it a lot as well, and I think it's got to do with the fact that it wasn't something that they were ingrained, like they truly wanted to do. They did it for the clout, they did it for the fame, they did it because that's what they wanted to be a hip hop rapper. Yeah. It's not something that they like kind of found themselves doing one day. They just made the decision that, all right, today I think I'm just going to be a rapper because it seems pretty easy. And then they blow up.
It shows because if you look at the elite rappers, like if you look at Jay, Nas, Drake, even let's think like more modern. Drake, Kanye, Kendrick, even Nicki, like all of them, they stayed really, really good for decades, you know?
Kanye's new album, fucking incredible.
Yeah, and it's like, but these new rappers, they weren't good to begin with.
No.
They were never good, and now that they're famous, they're even worse.
They blow up accidentally, and the fucking algorithm's on their side, you know?
Yeah.
My fucking eyeballs are stinging like cunts, man.
Yeah, they're really red.
Are they? Yeah. Look, I don't normally, I mean, I smoke a lot, let's be real, but I don't normally get stoned, and I'm not stoned, but they're just fucking, I think it might be hay fever.
Oh, yeah.
I get really bad hay fever. And it's also, I'm reading without my glasses.
Oh, yeah. Put them on.
That's probably what it is. All right, let's do one more question. We've got 30 minutes. If a possum watched your whole set from side stage and never blinked, would that throw you off?
A possum?
Yeah. Just sat there staring at you like this, like fucking.
Probably. I think I would be like, what the fuck? And maybe during the costume change, I would tell someone, go get that possum.
Yep.
And move it.
Fair. Are you an animal lover?
I am.
Yeah. Do you have any animals? Do you have dogs, cats? Or
I do. I got a dog named
Nice.
Jax. He's an English Staffy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love Staffies. Yeah. Staffies are awesome. I've got a little Jack Terrier. Her name's Evie.
Yeah.
She's a nutbag.
Actually, Jax makes his debut in the Need a Freak music video.
Does he?
Yeah. You one of the lyrics is on your knees like a dog, I'll hit you with a treat. And you'll see Jax in the video.
Dope.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm keen. Does that music video drops on the 10th as well?
No.
No?
The week after.
The week after?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But it might. I'm still not sure if I'm doing it on the day or the week after yet.
Yeah, okay.
I've been thinking about this over and over. I'm like, I don't know if I should do it on the day, week after. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you got to think it's all about marketing, how you want to market.
Yeah.
I think the week after. I don't understand. For me, with like, I mean, it might be a bit different for you because you've kind of already got a small fan base, but with like new artists who are fully new, doing like lead up kind of leaks and shit and not having the song out is useless.
Yeah.
Because like nobody's gonna care. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about your shit.
I think they're the only time it's not useless. Like in today's times with TikTok and stuff, like people build that sort of like
momentum.
You know, like when people like will have their laptop and they're like, let me know if I should drop this. And spoiler alert, usually the song's already scheduled. But anyway, let me know if I should drop this. And then they post that over and over to try and get momentum. But I definitely agree with what you're saying. If it's your first few times dropping, you don't really have a fan base yet, there's really no point trying to do little teasers and snippets and stuff. People just want to hear the song. And if you keep doing that, they're going to lose interest.
100%. I was talking with Mason on I think the clip dropped today, where it's, Instagram is just ads. For musicians, you're just posting ads, and the objective is to get them off Instagram onto Spotify. Yeah. And so you just got to think of it as a platform of you selling yourself. It's just advertisement after advertisement after advertisement. And then the ones that work, you repeat. You know, you try and do slightly variations of it and shit. Now, I wanted to talk about as well, that song that you're releasing, was that the track, I saw you, it's the clip that you put up started off with, I'm going to hit you with my sandal.
Oh, no. That was, track? So I do like remixes of other artists' songs and stuff, like just for fun. And that was, you know SD Kid?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was LV Sandals by SD Kid.
Yep.
And I thought the song's called Louis V Sandal, and I was a bit aggressive that week. With people leaving their stupid fucking comments. So
comments,
I said,
my existence.
Let me take my sandal off so I can smack you. And then paternal mode but let me take my sandal off so I can smack y'all. Paternal mode since they want to piggyback now. That's what I said.
That's dope, bro. Well, what's your process in writing lyrics? Do lines just come to you, or do you sit there and actually purposely trying to think of stuff?
Both, but I prefer to write over like freestyle because I like to deep it and really, really think of something smart. Like I want to impress the listener. I want to impress fans of hip hop and I want to impress other rappers that are listening too. So, and just for myself as well, like I don't ever want to put out any verse that's just like a bunch of whack shit. I want it to have meaning. I want it to have punchlines and double entendres and shit. So I'm really, really big on my writing.
Yeah, cool. I like it. Do you handwrite it?
Handwrite, yeah.
Beautiful. There's a big difference in handwriting and in typing.
I agree. I feel like when I'm handwriting, I'm pretty like spiritual and religious, and I feel like creativity comes from God as like a source to us, right?
For sure, yeah.
And I feel like when your channels are open and it's coming through, like you need it to come straight out of your hand onto the page.
Yes.
I get like typing is still sort of like through your hands and stuff, but it's different. Like you want to get it down on paper, ink, it's physical, you know?
The pressure is different.
Yeah.
The speed, like it's all different. It's just,
exactly.
It's more authentic, and it's, you know, it at the end of the day, again, who gives a fuck? But it still is, I don't know, there's just something in that process where you're handwriting it. Like I love handwriting shit all the time. And my handwriting's terrible.
Me too.
But it just feels different. I don't know. It just feels different. It's not digitalized. It's it's bizarre.
Real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You said you were religious. Are you like a religious person? Do you go to church and
I don't go to church like every week, but I grew up in a very Christian household.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm Christian, but I'm also more like manifesty in a way, I would say.
Okay. Yep.
But I do still like pray and like go to church and stuff on like the big days, like Easter and things.
Okay. Yeah.
But sometimes though, if I feel like I need to go to church, I will.
Yeah.
But the reason I don't go isn't because like of any like weird reason. It's literally just because I prefer to pray by myself.
Yeah. It's a personal thing. More of a personal
exactly.
thing.
And I don't know. I feel like at church you have to look like you're praying, but like praying can be in a lot of different ways.
For
you
sure.
know?
Yeah. It happens up here. That's all that
exactly.
matters, really.
Every morning I do morning pages where I write 3 pages just to like clear my mind, and I think of that as like a conversation between me and God. Yeah. So like when I'm writing, I'm like directing it to God, and that's like my way of praying.
Is it like journaling almost?
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, that helps a lot as well. Something that I've wanted to get into myself is journaling, just to remember shit that happens.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, I've been here since January last year.
Yeah.
And
at
it
the
feels
studio.
like, and it feels like it's gone so quick. And I sit there, I'm like, fuck, bro, I can't even remember half the shit that's happened.
No, for real.
Yeah. Until I start like getting into conversations with other people who were here, and you're like, remember that? I'm like, oh yeah, no shit, that did happen. Fuck. It's important to diary just for your own remembrance, like over your own memories.
Around the time of The Voice, that was filmed February last year. So it's already been over a year, which is crazy. But it aired in August. But around the time of filming, this was before I started doing those morning pages.
Yep.
And so I could remember I was actually recording voice memos on my phone every day.
Yep.
And I was just like telling myself like what I did that day so that one day I can listen back to them when I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone through several stints where I'd record myself, just like vlog myself and just for myself. And that footage is somewhere. I've got no idea where it is, but it's somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think it's also good now with the podcast, even with releasing music, right? I tell this to a lot of people. It's not necessarily like you don't have to release it. I've released everything that I've ever written purely because I want it to be tracked, and I want people to see that I was actually shit as well. Like I was shit 10 years ago, and you can see that in my music. I'm not afraid to hide it from you. You can go listen to it, and it's utter trash. And then you can listen to the next song, and you listen to the next song, and you see me evolving and learning, and like
the progression.
And then eventually you get to my albums, and you're like, holy fuck, it actually sounds good. It actually sounds cohesive. It's fucking a song.
Yeah. Dochi like still has all her old YouTube videos up. Like her first video, like I watched it, and it's her. I think she's in school, like at high school, with like 2 friends, and they're singing "Do You Want to Build a Snowman" from Frozen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it's like that. Think about that compared to like Dochi now, and she's kept that up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool. Like
it is. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with showing how you started. You know, like you're not gonna get better unless you keep working on it.
Absolutely.
So people may as well see the journey.
Yeah, for sure. And it always inspires other people.
Yeah.
Like I love watching even like comedians, you know, watching them bomb and watching them like really say like do terrible on stage is amazing when you see who they are now and there's, you know, selling out arenas and shit. And you're like, fuck, like, that was just a normal person.
Yeah.
And that's all they are. They still are a normal person. They've just done it for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's grounding for me as well. You know, hope for other people as well to know that everybody's just the same thing. The class differentiation, I don't know if that said that, like the middle class, upper class, the difference in that, it feels almost like they're a different species. Like they're living in a different land, like different, it's like another animal almost. But it's comforting when you see those before they crossed over. Yeah. It's nice to see, they're human. Now, Mr. Zaz, I wanted to see, we've got 40 minutes. So we've already said you've got your song coming out April 10th. You got a performance coming out soon. Yeah. Lots of different performances. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to share?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about Need a Freak coming out.
Let's do it, man. Yeah.
This song, I think, is definitely the most proud I've ever been of any project that I've released.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I started writing this song before my last song that I released, Way Too Hot. And I was just like listening, I was on Splice and I was just listening to a bunch of samples and I came across this soul sample which is the organ that you will hear at the start.
Okay, yep.
And that's what was in the teaser, right?
Yep.
And I came across that organ sample and I was like, whoa, like this is sick. So I started just going through more. And then I don't know why, I just got like this boom bap kind of feel from it.
Yeah, okay.
So I started downloading all these boom bap samples. I went back on Logic. I was like chopping things, moving things around. I made the beat. And then it was like the lyrics just like, this is where I go back to like the source, right?
Yeah.
It's like everything just like flowed straight out. And it was like some of my best lyrics I've ever written. And I didn't even have to sit there and like really think about it. Like I would think about it and I was like, whoa, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, okay. And then I look back, I'm like, what the fuck? How did I even just write all this, right? And the song is centered around the idea of sexual liberation.
Okay.
Which is like knowing what you want, knowing what you deserve, like not being scared to like speak up and like get what it is that you need, right? So the song's called Need a Freak. And then in the music video, it tells that story of the sexual liberation.
Okay.
And I've got my female dancers in the video that are dressed as pimps, and I'm a pimp as well.
Dope.
And what it is meant to emulate is like the female dancers stepping into that traditionally masculine aesthetic is intentional because it's supposed to flip the expectations of a pimp and the expectations from the boom bap era and all that kind of stuff. It's modernizing it to show that like no matter of your gender, anything like that, everybody is entitled to what they deserve and what they like.
For sure.
So yeah, I think I'm super duper proud of it, how it came out. I creative directed the video as well alongside my assistant creative director, Angie. I was super in the styling as well with my stylist, Joelle. And then I edited the whole video myself too. So
cool.
I'm really, really proud of it. Like it's been a few months working on this song.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm super excited for it to come out.
You did all the production for it as well?
Yeah. Oh, well, I did originally. And then when I went to my mixing engineer, he was just meant to mix it. And then I was telling him, you know what? Like, I love the verses, but something about the chorus just isn't like hitting for me.
Okay.
It was, but I've just kind of lost it now. Like, I don't know. And then this is in Fuchsia. I don't know if you know him. And then And then he was mixing and he was like, all right, let's just see whatever. And he started like putting in some other samples and it started sounding almost like spy-ish, like a Mission Impossible kind of sound. And we were like, this is cool, but it's changing like the direction of the track. It's not boom bap anymore, like, you know. So I think we were in the studio for like 9 hours or something, like working on it. And then we were just going back and forth, like trying a bunch of different shit. And then we came to like where it is now. And then the guy who was mastering it, Omar, he then like, I don't know, all of a sudden started helping out with the vocal production too. And like, it just became this big like collaboration out of nowhere. Like it started with literally just me and then like this person got involved, this one. And now there's like this huge team that's like helped produce this song. Like add a choreographer, creative director, stylist, like all this shit. And I'm like, whoa, like this is like a full-on production, this song.
It's necessary though.
Yeah.
You need a team. As much as you know, I was in that headspace for a very long time where I thought I could do it all myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I can do it. Like I want to do it. I want to write my own music. I want to do it. But if you collaborate with people, it just opens up even further. It's just, the infinite amount of possibilities is incredible.
Yeah.
Do you collaborate a lot with your music?
With other artists?
Yeah.
I haven't really in the past, but I'm super open to it now.
Yeah, cool.
I almost exposed something.
Yeah.
But I've got a few collaborations coming out.
Yep.
Another friend of mine that was on The Voice on the season with me, Sharon Rose, her and I have been like trying for a few months because her and I want to make something super special because she does Afrobeats.
Dope.
And actually shout out to her because her last single just did super well.
Cool.
It was all up in the Spotify editorial playlist and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So her and I wanting to create something that still sounds like me and still sounds like her.
Yep.
And I think that's super important when you're collaborating. Like you don't want to just like throw a verse on something and like hope it sticks, right?
For sure.
So we're like really working to try and make something that we both love and suits both of us and that we're both proud to release. So I'm definitely open now to collaborating with artists.
Yeah, dope. Yeah. My one of my interns, Vinny, 808 Beats, he does Afro trap type stuff.
Oh.
I think he's probably got some stuff that you should have a listen to.
Yeah, I should speak with him. Yeah,
for sure. Anyway, Saz, we've gone 45 minutes. That's the mark of this podcast length, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming through, bro. It was a
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to talk with you. It was an awesome conversation. I learned a lot about you and about your life, and I mean, just in general, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
Please go follow Zaz. Is that XAZ Beats?
Yep. XAZ BEATS.
Yes.
On all social media.
Yes. And on Spotify, it's just XAZ.
Yeah. Just Zaz, XAZ.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, go follow him and do the same for us.
Thank you. Yes.
Like,
follow them.
Subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.
¡Órale, Donkeyman! El gordito con la guitarra. I'm the guatón with the style. Make you laugh then stay a while. Story sharp and rhythms bold. Donkeyman's worth more than gold. Baila mi gente con todo el sabor. El gordito manda, se siente el calor. Con fuego y ritmo la fiesta empezó. Welcome to the Donkeyman Show. Arriba mi gente, Donkeyman está aquí.